When I was actually in the corporate, I think the deciding factor whether for me to jump out from the corporate to start my own business, right? And I think this can be applicable to a lot of you guys here if you are planning to jump out, right? So first thing is that don't jump out without a safety net. It's going to be super stressful for you, right? So how I actually gauge whether it's time for me to jump out, right, is that I gauge from my saving. Am I able to sustain myself for at least 6 months? Because why 6 months, right? Because a lot of people, right, they feel that, I have a great business idea. I think I can do it. I think I can sell well. They leave the job and then they're in this position where, the product is still building up. They're still sharpening their skill. And then there's no income for several months. It can be very stressful, especially if you have commitment, if you have family to feed. You are very desperate.
You're in survival mode.
So, and then after that, very quickly, maybe I've seen a lot of people when 3 months, 6 months, then they cannot sustain anymore. They just go back to corporate. So I always believe that how you can sustain yourself longer. So I would say that at least, right, when you have an idea, when you have something in mind, right, start by piloting it first. Start by trying it at a part-time and then start by doing it on the side and then see how does the market react into it. Then when you start to see results and you feel that, hey, this has potential, and then after that, and you see that you actually have 6 months buffer, at least 6 months, I would say, right?